Hello, all my merry makers. It's a yarn haul. I don't need yarn. I've said this before, but I don't know about y'all. Every so often it's like, it really is an addiction because it's like, I need to buy yarn. Even though I don't need yarn. So, I actually went to 3 different places, this weekend. I went to my favorite place to go, which is Smart. Always get a huge deal on yarn there. I went to Goodwill. And I went to Joanne's because I discovered today, May the 4th be with you, by the way, that my Joanne's that is near me is actually still open, and it still has quite a bit of fabric and yarn. But the I didn't look too close at the fabric because I am not a fabric person. I've tried to sew. It is not my wheelhouse. Knitting and crocheting is my wheelhouse. But as far as the yarn that was left, there was a lot of blanket yarn, and it just, it's the wrong season for blanket yarn, really, unless you make plushies out of it. And which, hey, if you, they also had quite a bit of polyfill still left. So, if you're a plushie maker, yeah. So, I actually was very good and didn't buy that much at Joann's. But let me just show you what I got. Share the pretties, as I like to say. So let's start with my Joann's. I literally got 2 different yarns at Joann's. That's it. So the first one, so anybody who watches knows that for some reason, my Lion Brand Mandala is one of my favorite yarns to buy. I think it's because of all the different colors they put together. And this, they had 2 of these. They had this color, and then they had one that was similar in a smaller skein, but it had the metallic in it. And I picked this one over that one because I was afraid of how the metallic would feel. And so this is a 590 yard cake, and the colorway is called Slimer, which makes me think of Ghostbusters. And this was already making me feel all Halloween-y vibes. And I got 2. And I really actually just had this thought of the shawl that I'm currently working on has like become an obsession, really. Because like I want to try to make it with 2 different colors, which I'll mention again later. And I want to make it with that because one of the things it says you can do is you put beads on it. Now, obviously, I would have to buy pony beads, and I would want them to be black and that would make a nice Halloween-esque without being too Halloween-y shawl. So I really am excited about that. The other yarn that I got at Joann's is their K&C Superwash wool. And this is a 2/8, and I believe this is 100% superwash. Yeah, it's really soft. And each ball has 215 yards. I grabbed 4 balls. And the thought process there was, it's a nice neutral, and if I ever need to pair a yarn with something, it'd be easier to pair it with this, So there's that. And then I will show you the yarn that I got at Goodwill today. It's actually, I think this has an older yarn just based on what the label looks like. But it's called Rolly Sport, it is a 100% acrylic. And it doesn't give how much yardage it is, which again makes me think it's an older yarn. And it says it's got a 1 3/4 ounces or 50 grams. And I was able to get like 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If nothing else, you know, a nice cardigan for my daughter who loves pink with, you know, that looks like it would have good stitch definition. So maybe with cables, we'll see. And then the other thing I got at Goodwill, I don't know about y'all, but I love Vera Bradley bags for a lot of reasons. And none of them has to do with the fact that it's a designer brand. It has to do with the way the bags look. So it always has lots of colors, and this one has both Mickey and Minnie on it, and it's a good size, and it's got tons of pockets, and because it's quilted, it's nice and thick. So for me, whenever I see a Vera Bradley bag, I have to look, I look at it because they make great project bags, because I could stick everything I needed for a project in here. I mean, this would be perfect to put my scissors and my hooks. You know, if I had a pattern, I would stick it in there, and then the actual project could go in there. Now, it would have to be a smaller project because it's actually quite small on the inside. But, you know, it can be flat bottomed. So, like, you know, if I were making a cowl, I would probably put it in here. And now on to the Smart. Now, when I went to Smart, there was no sale, but that's okay. I had a couple of coupons that I used, but even with my coupons, I spent like $200. So the first thing I want to show you is I got 3 skeins of this loveliness. And yeah, the donuts are coming apart, but I can rewind them. I have a winder. But look at that. It's all sorts of beautiful dark colors there. All right, I'm not going to even try to say that. Yeah. But Charles. This does not have a weight on it. But I would say 1 weight, maybe even lace weight. And it is, let's see, each donut has 180 meters or 198 yards. So basically 200 yards. The thought is to like pair that with a black fingering and this white fingering that I got. Now this is from Marisol. This is their Nuna. It is 40% merino wool and 40% silk and 20% bamboo. Now, and so it is very soft. Each one of these has 175 meters or 190 yards. So there's equal amounts of these. So I just need to have a black to carry along, because if I try to, so this is the one I want to try to do the 2-color Whispers of Alice in. So this needs to be a little bit thicker. So that's why I'm looking for a black. I wonder if I could find some of this in black online. So that's part of that. I got a lot of mohair this time, which, if I'm honest, I might have a whole bag's worth of mohair somewhere already in my stash. I'm, I tell myself it's okay because, you know, at one point, you know, we're not, the price of yarn is going to skyrocket because of, you know, the economy. So, you know, it's okay. It's okay. So then I got this, and ironically, I bought it for the same reason that I bought the gray yarn. It is a nice neutral color. So this is called Glimmer. It is 95% baby alpaca, and it is 5% polyester. The polyester, I don't know if you can see. Can you see those shinies? So it's a nice neutral that I could pair with something fairly easily, or just make something out of this, and it would be a gorgeous white. And it's so soft and hyperallergenic. I actually got more of that in a different color. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I got 5. Now these don't have names. They just have color numbers. But yeah, no, still this is still 95% baby alpaca. The shimmer here is more of a gold color. I had to get rid of the wool green yarn that, well, not get rid of, but no, I think I actually did get rid of it. I donated it, but too smart. Because I had bought it specifically for my roommate. Her favorite color is green, but she's like, I'm sorry, I can't do wool. I'm like, well, okay, then let's do alpaca, because again, it is naturally hyperallergenic. So she said, she would like me to double up on this and then make a nice thick cowl, that she can also, that is a little bit loose, so that she could also like pull it up into a hood if she could. So, and these are made in Peru. There was 5 of those. So, so in case I didn't say, each one of these little donuts is 184 yards. So that's more than enough. I just got all the ones that were there because, you know, I'd rather have too much than not enough. I also grabbed this beautifulness, 4 skeins of this beautifulness. Let me just hold up one. See all the different blues and purples and the sparklies. This is actually yarn I've had before. It's Fiesta yarn. Now this is 2-strand yarn. So it's mohair mixed with something else already. So you don't have to try to find a yarn to carry along with the mohair. And I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but whatever I make is going to be gorgeous. Each one of these, the colorway of this is apparently called Alaska. That makes sense to me. Makes me think of the Aurora Borealis. And each one of these is 165 yards. And I saw the suggested needle size is 9. I definitely agree with that, because again, with mohair, you don't want to go too small or else you will hate your day. And then there's still just a little bit more here. I bought basically 4 donuts. I mean, this is not a full donut, obviously, but it's obviously the same yarn. This is more mohair. I was in a mohair mood. I told you there was lots of mohair. Trendsetter yarns, never heard of them. to be honest, I actually think I have mohair that looks like very similar to this already in my stash. But it was pretty and I wanted it. Let's see, each one of these is 900 yards, except for maybe the last one, which if it's not a full donut, it's at least half of a donut. So to pair with that, I got this yarn, which I think is just gorgeous teal. I was making fun of myself. Oh, so apparently I was in the mood for teal and sparkly. How unlike me. Sarcasm. But this is from Fibra Natura. I'm guessing Mermaid is the colorway. But listen to this. 42% cotton, 35 superwash merino, 12% silk, and then 11% sea cell. I don't know what sea cell is, but this stuff is so soft. And look at how wonderfully that pairs with that mohair. When I work that up together, that is going to be so pretty. Again, anything I make is going to be gorgeous. Now, this is a 4-weight medium. So, and each one of these is 125 yards. And I got 3 of them. So I have slightly more mohair than this. And we'll see if I need to double up on the mohair, which is why I did that, to make it do what I want it to do. But this suggests a 4.5 to a 5.5. I might go even up to a 7mm hook or needle, depending on what I'm making. Again, if you've never worked with mohair, it is a little bit sticky, so you do want to pick a nice and easy, 3 pattern, so that, I mean, especially with this much color, you don't want too many cables or anything like that anyway, because the colors by itself enough are gorgeous. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the wonderful squishiness. I know I did. Please give this video a like, especially if you're a subscriber. That way the evil YouTube overlords don't unsubscribe you from my channel against your will. Feel free to comment on this video. It helps my analytics. If you're not subscribed yet, I very much encourage you to do so. I've got so much yarny content. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know when I post, because I don't post every day. And then if you really want to help this channel grow, share this video with everyone you know. In the meantime, again, may the 4th be with you, and make what makes you merry. Ciao.